The rain came down in sheets as Sarah gripped the steering wheel tighter, her eyes squinting through the smeared windshield. She hadn't planned on driving through the mountains in a storm, but the detour sign gave her no choice. Her GPS rerouted, taking her onto a winding forest road she didn't recognize. Trees stood tall and close, branches scratching the windows like fingernails across glass. Her heartbeat matched the erratic rhythm of the rain as she glanced at the flickering fuel gauge. Then, out of nowhere, the headlights caught something on the road. A figure. A girl. Standing motionless, drenched and barefoot. Sarah slammed the brakes. The car skidded to a stop just inches from the girl. Sarah jumped out, heart racing. "Are you okay? What are you doing out here?" The girl didn't answer. Her eyes pale and wide, locked onto Sarah's. Something about her felt off. Her hair hung in dripping clumps, and her dress looked like it belonged to another time. Sarah hesitated. She knew she shouldn't, but leaving the girl alone in this storm didn't feel right. She opened the passenger door. "Get in." Without a word, the girl climbed inside. They drove in silence. The air in the car grew heavy, cold. Sarah turned the heater up, but it didn't help. She tried to make small talk, but the girl stayed quiet, only staring ahead, her lips barely moving. She thought she heard whispering, too faint to make out. Eventually, the girl pointed to a narrow path barely visible through the trees. "There," she whispered. Sarah slowed. "You live there?" The girl nodded once. The tires crunched wet gravel as they turned onto the path. The car's lights cut through the fog, revealing an old, decaying house surrounded by overgrown weeds and sagging trees. It looked like it hadn't been touched in decades. Sarah parked. "You sure this is your house?" The girl was already out of the car, walking up the porch steps. Sarah followed. The door creaked open on its own. Inside, it was dark. The smell of mildew and something else, something metallic and sweet, filled the air. "Is anyone home?" Sarah asked. No answer. The girl disappeared down a hallway. Sarah stood in the foyer, uncertain before stepping inside. The door slammed shut. She spun around, heart pounding. "Hello?" Her voice echoed. The lights flickered on, dim and yellow. The house looked abandoned. Dust coated everything. Cobwebs hung like curtains. She moved deeper in, calling the girl's name, but realized she never asked for it. The hallway stretched unnaturally long. Rooms on either side were empty, their doors creaking as she passed. At the end was a staircase descending into darkness. Sarah felt pulled to it. The air grew colder, her breath fogged. A whisper echoed from below. "Help me." She descended slowly, her footfalls muffled. At the bottom was a basement, the walls lined with peeling wallpaper and strange symbols scrawled in red. In the center, a mirror stood tall and cracked, its surface swirling like water, and in the reflection, the girl stood, but her eyes were black, her mouth opened impossibly wide. Sarah turned to run, but hands grabbed her from behind, pulling her toward the mirror. She screamed, kicking, but her strength faded as the cold seeped into her skin. The reflection shimmered, and then she was on the other side, trapped, watching. Her reflection smiled, stepped out, and walked up the stairs, free. Days passed, then weeks. Sarah watched others come, lost travelers, kind strangers. The girl always appeared. She always led them here,
and one by one they joined her in the mirror. One rainy night, a young man stopped at the edge of the forest. A figure appeared in the road. A girl, barefoot, drenched, waiting.